Hey guys, this is Pretty Nero. Well, no, it's not Pretty Nero anymore. Currently, the current name of the channel might be the full term name is Gundam Nero, and this is Andrew, owner of Gundam Nero, this YouTube channel here. And today, I am going to wow. Cool. I'm going to actually be working here on these walls. Well, at least one. I'm going to do one for a video. Oh boy, I'm going to have to blow these walls off with some air, as they are dirty. Dust. Just take my airbrush here and sorry about that. Should have did that. Yeah, we're going to be doing stuff like that. I'll show you in a second. That wall's not finished, but sorry about being a bit quiet. Just had dinner with the lovely missus. So I'm nice and full from that. Was gonna do video content earlier, but I had to do household work that needed to be done, and I'd already streamed on Instagram earlier today. Okay, I can turn my compressor off and put my airbrush back in its holder. Replace the pressure from the compressor, from the water trap. There we go. Okay, so that's taken care of. So basically, here's a wall. It's been base coated and then dry brush with some metal to bring out, edges, make it worn. But I need to go in and do some more detailing still on this one. But I'm going to start working on another wall, and I'll finish this one at a later date. Well, actually, I think I'll do the door today. This one it's already base coated. And the base coat I want to use. Now I have a couple different brushes, as well as a whole bunch of paint. Let's see. I think I'll probably use Leadblecher. Because rune steel will be too bright. Okay. Now I have a limited amount of Citadel's horrible pots of Citadel paint. I have only so much. I really dislike their bottles. Their paints are alright, and they're acrylic. Their paints are alright, but their price for their paints is ridiculous. I still have a nice big selection of Army Painter paints as well, and Vallejo. I have some Tommy, I have some Revel, I have like one Humbrol, but again, most of those paints are for other projects. Okay, the Gundam stuff, and that's what this channel mainly is. But I do want to do some miniature work here, and so we're gonna work on this door here. So I need to get skeleton bone out. I could use skeleton bone, or I could use Zandri Dust. Yeah. And then Ushabti Bone. They're weird ass paint names. I'm gonna use that also. Where is my where's my, there it is. My armor painter dry brush for dry brushing, because I'm going to be doing some dry brushing. But yeah, so we'll paint in here the skull here first. So we're gonna first crack open the bottle of the Zandri Dust here. It's quite old, it's like 2 years old now. There we go. God, I haven't cracked open one of these bottles in the paint. Who knows how long. Lucky enough, since I use a wet palette, I will not really have to thin my paint down too much. Because the wet palette will thin the paint for me. Just carefully paint it. Just like so. Let that dry. And I have paint skulls on, except the cam shaking. But it's the what I'm using to hold my camera, and also my workbench, which is actually just an old computer table from my computer, where my computer used to be on. It's not the most stablest thing because it's on wheels. But it's something like, yeah, let's do that. And I have to say, it's looking good actually. I could get a bit more touched up on the innermost area. Just move my paint pot. Yes, it's a Citadel paint pot. I used to have used something else, but this Citadel paint pot just works better. Since I still do quite a bit of hand painting. It makes sense to have a nicer paint pot. You can see to touch up a bit around there, but I can, since it's acrylic paint, I can just go into my drawer, which is to my left here. And grab a toothpick, apply toothpicks, and then just scrape away again. I'm no professional. I'm not perfect at miniature painting. Miniatures aren't exactly my forte, but I do like painting them. And basically, just to kind of like to my variant of a tabletop standard is how I would call it. Now we're gonna do a bit of dry brushing. I'm pretty sure most people here would know what dry brushing is, I hope. Just lightly brushing it over. Around the inner ring. Like so. Just around everything, raise the detail. To bring out the detail from the plastic. Now the door being all scraped up and all that, that's fine. I'm actually going for that aesthetic because, again, these gang wars are, well, pretty much in underground sewers. That's what these walls are from, Necromunda. So, look just like that. Now this side has lots of great detail for a nice dry brushing. Now, yeah, you could go around edge highlight like a lot of people do. Me, I haven't tried really edge highlighting really. I mean, it's not too hard to do. And I might try it. But again, like I said, I paint things how I want to paint it because it's what I enjoy doing. Again, my main focus for my channel is Plamo / Gunpla. Miniature paintings is kind of something a little extra to do. I can do on the side. I'm working on building the kit for the OOB bot review. Which, again, I do stream. I'm on Instagram. I'll stream the progress of the build. I mean, I could literally just record a video of the build and then do that, but sadly, I don't meet the requirements to be able to use my phone to stream onto YouTube, which I used to be able to, because at one point, right, back before all the things went crazy and changed on YouTube, my channel was wow, I can't think. I was able to make money from views and all that on my videos back then, but then things changed and my channel didn't meet the requirements, and so I lost it all. But then again, I was just doing video game stuff at that point, and I wasn't very good at it. Not that I wasn't good at the games or anything. I'm okay. I'm not amazing. That I mainly play RPGs, and RPGs aren't exactly the greatest games to stream to do let's plays on, because they can take a while to beat. Especially depending on how big of a game it is, what series it's from, and whatever. But I'm not playing games as much as I used to, and I rekindled my love for Gunpla and all that, and I got it back into it more serious since I actually finally was able to actually have a dedicated work table for it. Like that. And like that, we have a very weathered-ish, worn door. That looks like it's been through quite a bit of crap. Get into here as well. Like so. Kind of need my drink because my voice is starting to kind of dry out, but she can't hear me. Looks like I'll have to go. I'll have to go get it myself, but then that means leaving the video running while I go do that, and I don't want to do that. I could simply just cut that out, get my drink, think I should maybe do that. Nah. Not that thirsty. But there we go. So, a bit of dry brushing. Really makes the door look more worn. So I want to get into here and paint this up. Around the, paint the wires up. On this side to give it a bit more color, but I want to still hit the skull with yeah, pure red. Or actually use angel green. So red and green wire on the door. And then a little eye. We'll just make it red. Okay. So, shake that up. Dry off my dry brush. After rinsing the paint out of it. Shake up the Ushabti Bone. Or however you fucking say it. Shitting bone. Oh, the name, that kind of name you expect these shitting bones. And like that, there we go. So the Alright, now we'll get in some red for the eye. Well, first, before I do that, I need to use a bit of the silver. Normally, the Leadblecher. Just like so. I'll have to touch up a little bit of dark stone. But yeah, it's definitely looking the part, I think. Let me get out the dark stone. I can recommend Army Painter paints. They are a bit thicker in the bottle, so you will have to thin them. To use them in an airbrush. But what's good about that is they're pretty tough paint for it being acrylic. They really are. I can say that without a doubt. But I want to let that dry before we can, otherwise we can make a mess, and I don't want to do that. But as you see, I do have other paintbrushes out. I figured I might need them, but I might not. Especially since like two of them are like in pretty bad condition. I need to actually put them in the brush saver / repair solution. And they're like starter brushes, so it's not like a whole big loss. But I still prefer to have my brushes in good condition. Alright, let's get a bit of pure red in for the eye in the one. And wasn't watching what I was doing, and I ended up getting sorry about that, camera's shaking. And also, either I can break out a really tiny brush, or get the eye, or just take a toothpick, dip it in the said color you want, and use the toothpick as sorry about that. There we go. Yeah. Now that's looking really good. Okay. I should break out the bottle of pure white as well for button. Give it like 2 red buttons. Sorry, I hit my camera again. Okay. Bring out the angel green. And then the white for the last button. The angel green is actually a pretty nice green. There we go. And then all we need to do is a little bit of white for the one button. Then let everything dry. I, of course, touch up when to touch up. With dark stone. There we go. That looks way, way nicer now. Now let's go down to the dark stone touch up where I need to touch up. Oh, this bottle of dark stone is half gone already. But that's because I use it quite a bit. It's a pretty good color. Okay. Just like that. Now, let that dry. I need my wash brush. We'll take some Nuniln Oil and have Agrex Earth shade. And take those two washes and we'll give this a nice wash to get into all those details. First, we'll take the black wash, and then after the black wash, we'll take the actually, hold on. Okay, and okay. So now we'll let the paints all dry. Right? I mean, I don't paint the bottom here because, again, you're not gonna see the bottom of that. Anyways, so time to get on with the wash. So we'll start with a Nuniln Oil wash here. With a bunch of Citadel's overpriced Citadel wash shade brushes. Yes. Let's brush the wash. All over. Okay, just don't let it pool up in any place. You don't. Like so. Now, let that wash, that no wash dry. Then we'll go in and we'll hit it with, we'll whack on a shading of Agrex Earth to give it more of a, even dirty up even more. I actually want to, while we're waiting for that to dry, I'm going to talk about, well, the wall here. Here's one of the first walls I did before and it's not finished, of course. It's still in the works of progress of being painted. But it's all scratched up, and in some places I'm gonna take it back a bit. I mean, I gotta still paint in the buttons here, and the grill, and the eye, and all that, and then the light. And there's light on both sides of the wall, but not skulls on one side. So I want to, touch this one up and finish this one off, which will probably be the next thing I do. But I'll probably do this one not in a video. And I have 4 more of these walls to do, plus another door to do. Then there are a whole bunch of barricades, chests, innards to the chest, medallion, a creepy tentacle, and then 2 gangs that need to be painted up. I originally had started painting the one gang, but became unhappy, so I went to attempt to strip. And sadly, the one miniature had to deal with getting some of its details softened by Revel paint remover, which I do not recommend Revel paint remover on plastic. They say, oh yeah, See if you remove paint from your plastic model. It's like, okay, so yeah, so you can, brush it on all over, the paint will remove. Yeah, don't do that. It will start weakening and softening the plastic, and you'll start losing detail. If you're gonna use a Revel paint remover, use a small brush and go at it in little small amounts. Would probably be safer. But better yet, don't use Revel paint remover. Use another brand of paint remover that actually is safe, or use Purple Power or brake fluid, Zippo. Though I don't know if lighter fluid actually would work on acrylic. Never tried it. I wouldn't really recommend using the brake fluid either. Either use IPA or some sort of paint remover that isn't going to attack the plastic so much. If you're gonna strip paint off a miniature, or better yet, depending on how bad the paint job is, you could simply just get away with maybe blasting it with a light coat of primer and even starting over then too, as long as the paint isn't overly done. Okay. It's not fully dry, but it's dry enough that we can get away with the Agrex Earthshade wash, which I only have 2 very small bottles of this stuff. Once I'm out of this there it goes. I just lost almost an entire bottle of Agrex Earthshade there. Good job, me. Well, luckily enough, I don't plan on buying more of Citadel's products because I can't stand their prices they ask for their products as well as their miniatures. It's such a waste. I mean, their shades are pretty good stuff, but then Army Painter shades are also really good too. And also, oh God, Jesus freaking Christ! Again, I'm just leaving that in. But exactly another reason why I hate Citadel's paint pots, other than their atrocious prices for their paints. Their brushes are prices are pretty fucking ridiculous too. Their nippers are trash. I don't know about their pin vise or their pin vise. I don't know how good that is. Or their hobby knife. I don't know how those are. Oh, sorry. I'm completely off camera. But basically just seeing me brush the wash on. But yeah. That was pretty much, I think, almost a brand new bottle. Practically gone now. Because their paint pots suck. They really, really, really suck. I have to wash. Wash those. Wash these off. I'll do that once we're done here. But yeah. So let's let that dry, and then when we come back, I'll show you what it looks like when it's fully dried. Okay. And we're back. It's dry enough now. For the most part. But there we go. So now it looks really dirty and used. But yeah, I'd say that's a successful door. So that is how I paint. Well, how I painted this door for Necromunda. A game. I believe this version that this comes from. I don't even think they even sell it or produce it anymore. There's like a new one, a new starter set that has like a whole big giant complex in it. That's like $230. It's like $230. You can go buy yourself quite a few kits, Gunpla kits or Kotobukiya kits or model kits or other board games for that much. It's like, but hey, some people don't mind paying the price, their GW's prices for their plastic kits and their board games and their paints and all that. Me, the reason I even have any of this stuff is because about 2 years ago I had a little bit of a dark phase where I had gotten into it mainly because I wanted to play board games with my wife, and we liked miniatures, and they had miniatures and all that. But and then become to realize that we really don't like it, and the prices are ridiculous and all that, and the fact that you can't get replacement like single miniatures from starter sets, by contacting GW, complete horse's ass and stuff. And then also some of their minis, plastic's so thin that it breaks so easily. And then there's a whole bunch of things like that. But yeah, this has been Andrew from Gundam Nero, and yeah, of course, name Gundam Nero, channel name Temp. That's why it says Temp, because I haven't figured out the actual name. But yeah, thank you for joining me on the first video of painting in a miniature. I mean, it's a scenic piece for the tabletop miniature gets a game, but still, it's a good start. So yeah, till then, see you guys next time.